Hello, anatomy students. We are now in week 7 of class, and this week we are covering the respiratory, urinary, reproductive, and development systems. And so you will be working on this aspect of the portfolio project. But keep in mind, after you have submitted the portfolio project pieces from weeks 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, each week you should be going back and reviewing my feedback and updating your project so that you correct any errors or mistakes before you submit it for the final submission in week 7.5. Okay, so for this week in week 7, you're finalizing the training manual. And you're going to discuss the final 3 systems that I just mentioned. And so I'm going to go ahead and jump into the manual. We have the directions here, of course, but I will go ahead and just pull it up in the manual aspect as well. All right, so here we go. Once again, you have a little piece of directions here that you can delete, but leave the diagram here, which is showing us the upper half of the human body. And so the prompt is, hold your breath and see how long you can hold it as you continue reading. And how long can you do it? Chances are you're feeling a little uncomfortable. A typical human cannot survive without breathing for more than 3 minutes. And even if you wanted to hold your breath longer, your autonomic nervous system will take control. Explain the reasoning behind this. Here is another diagram that's showing us the bronchioles and the alveolar sacs. Now, a smoker develops damage to several alveoli that they can no longer function. Explain how this affects gas exchange. So you will, of course, delete this area and then put your answer in here. Here are the diagrams for the human female reproductive system. So we're seeing a lateral view at the top and an anterior, posterior view at the bottom. Now you're going to discuss why women are more susceptible to developing a bladder or urinary tract infection. Here we have a human female's body during pregnancy. Okay, so you're going to follow the path of ejaculated sperm into the vagina to the oocyte. Include all structures of the female reproductive tract that the sperm must swim through to reach the egg. Okay, so here we have sperm, and then, you're going to fill in this box basically. Okay. So you will start with the sperm and then, fill in the pieces here till you get to the fertilization aspect. Now, for your summary, the human body systems are consistently working together to achieve essential functions. And so when we look at the reproductive and urinary systems, you're going to include 150 to 200 words, and you're going to summarize how the urinary and reproductive systems work together to maintain homeostasis. You're going to discuss the impact that pregnancy has on the organs in the abdominopelvic region. And then you will find that that is basically the end of the training manual. Okay, and so when we look back at the actual directions, you will see that there is a piece about submitting the week 7.5 final submission, where you're going to just basically take the feedback that I've given you throughout the weeks, update your training manual to remove any errors or issues, and then you're going to upload the entire training manual to your ePortfolio area. Okay, and so for the final piece of the portfolio project, then you're going to also do a little bit of a reflection. Okay, and so you can read over this, and then I will go over this again next week before you finally submit your work.